Ooh, so you're thinking about being a real estate agent, or you just got licensed and you want to know the ugly truth, what it's all about? Oh, the misery, or is it fantastic? Can you become a millionaire overnight? Stick around. Hey guys, Logan Williamson here. Thank you for stopping by the channel. If you don't know me, if this is our first time meeting, I'm a full-time real estate agent. I've been in the industry for 6 years. Over my first 4 years in the business while working corporate, I did 4 deals. Finally, in my 5th, going into my 6th year, I started to leverage modern media strategies, getting consistent people to talk to, and now I've become a top producing agent. I want to help you do the same. I understand the good, the bad, the ins, the outs, the ugly, and how rewarding this business can be. So I am dedicated, and I'm dedicating this channel to helping you grow and scale your real estate business, whether you're a brand new agent, whether you're a seasoned agent, whether you're a broker, whoever you may be. I want to share my perspective and my experience to help you grow and scale your business. Now, if you haven't already done so, please subscribe to this channel. If you think this content is valuable, go watch some of my other videos, consider subscribing. Please give this video a thumbs up if you find this information valuable. We've got a lot to cover as usual, so let's dive right in. I'm getting so many questions from agents that want to know about, hey, I'm considering getting my license. What do I do? Or I just got licensed. How do I join a brokerage? I'm going to go through some of the top questions that I'm getting on my different social media accounts and people that are emailing me directly about what the heck is going on. Now, if you ever want to get directly on my calendar, if you would like a free strategy session, if you're a new agent or if you're a seasoned agent, you want to grow your social media channels, if you want a YouTube audit, whatever it may be, go to www.wolfpackagent.com. I'd be happy to have a strategy call with you over a one-on-one Zoom call. If that's something that you want to do, we can discuss all of my different products, how I can help you, what I can do for you for free, and certainly if you want myself and my partner, all of our training for free, we can discuss what a potential partnership may look like. Go to www.wolfpackagent.com. The first question that I want to address is for people that are reaching out there saying, I want to become a real estate agent, what do I do? Well, the first thing you're going to do is you're going to go get your license, and then you're going to pick a brokerage. Now, there are a lot of different celebrity real estate agents out there that say, well, if you're considering getting into real estate, the first thing you need to do clearly is to go intern and work for somebody for free. I think that's garbage. And the reason I think that's garbage is because essentially you have no skin in the game. Building a business is hard. There's no mistake about that. Make no mistake about that. Building a business is hard. It's the reason why so many people fail. It's hard. Period. It's not easy. Being a real estate agent is just as glamorous as being a business owner in any other industry. It's hard. You have to use competitive advantage and get traction. Now, if you go work for somebody, one of two things are going to happen. You're going to go work for somebody that is a fantastic mentor that has systems, processes in place in their business, that is living or working inside of a business that is seeing a limited or a low level of stress, which is probably unlikely. You're going to fall in love and you're going to create completely unrealistic expectations. Or the latter is going to happen, which is the second thing, which is you're going to go in as an unlicensed assistant, essentially working for somebody for free to shadow your mentor, quote unquote, and you're going to find that you want to bail immediately. It's a horrific industry and you don't want to become an agent because you're seeing, oh, the paperwork, the back and forth, the amount of phone calls, the stress. You can't do that. I think it's garbage advice. The first thing you want to do if you want to become an agent, go get your license. You have to be resourceful in this business. So the first way to be resourceful is to go look up different programs in your state. They have some that are online. They have some that are in person. Figure it out. You're going to take your courses. And if you want information on passing your courses or how to choose companies, go ahead and comment below. Let me know if that'd be valuable information for you and I'll help you. But this is not brain surgery. Go figure out how to get your required education, figure out how and where to take your test, and then select a broker from there. Essentially, when your license is hung with a broker, as an independent contractor, you are now licensed to do business as a real estate agent. Now, I guess that begs the next question, how do I select a brokerage? I've been with multiple brokers. This is a question that is going to be very individual to you based on a number of different things. Are you the type of person that is able to learn over the computer by basically being a student? Are you visual? Are you verbal? Do you need to sit down directly with somebody in the same physical space and chat with them? You have to consider that 97% of top producing agents inside a brokerage go to the office one time per month or less. So you're probably going to be sitting there getting mentored or shadowing an agent that does not do a high volume of business, or maybe did once upon a time when everything was different inside of the industry. So physically being inside of an office with somebody and learning from them in the same physical space, it might seem like a luxury, but it might just be a big waste of time, more so than you think. You've got to consider the level of mentorship that you need. If you're just starting from scratch, if you're a rookie, maybe you're transferring brokerages as an agent that's been in the business doing a low volume for some time and now you want to beef things up, you've got to look at the level of training that your brokerage provides. Now, there are a lot of different brokers that offer a lot of different things. Some brokers will pay for upfront marketing materials, business cards, signs, if it's something where you're taking on listings. There are some brokers that will offer you incentives, like maybe a free office, depending on the amount of volume that you do. There are different ways to choose a broker. What a lot of agents do, and I think it's a big mistake, is they will go in and they will interview a broker, or even just talk to one broker. They'll have multiple meetings, they'll go back and forth, and they will feel obligated to work with that broker because the broker has spent a couple hours helping you take your first steps in the business. You don't owe brokers anything, let me tell you that. And yes, you want to be professionally courteous, absolutely. You want to be respectful of their time, but when you go in to chat with a broker, don't go in there like a Bambi, like a wounded deer. Go in there with a specific number of questions. What can you do to help me accelerate my career? Are you going to offer me physical space? How often can I come into the office? How am I going to communicate directly with you if I have contract questions and we're trying to get under contract at 4:30 on a Friday afternoon? Are you going to be available? And these are the things that will make or break you. You will lose business based on lack of accessibility to your broker as a new agent or as a confused agent. If you do have a client that is trying to write an offer at 5 p.m. on a Friday and you get yourself into a competitive situation, you call, text, and email your broker, and all of a sudden, even though all their false promises were they're going to be available immediately, and then you don't speak to them until late Monday afternoon or Tuesday morning. This stuff happened to me all the time. You want to consider the resources that are truly going to be available to you when you're selecting your broker, and you're going to have to really, really dig in with what's important to you as an agent to ask the right questions. If you want to know more about how I can help you with that, I help agents with this all the time. But right now, if this is information, again, that would be valuable, comment below. Let me know if you would like future videos on how to select a brokerage, and I'll go a lot more into detail on that. One of the biggest things in the industry is, agents are going, should I go solo? Should I be a single agent, or should I join a team? A lot of people have a lot of different perspectives and mentality on the industry. A lot of people are saying, oh, well, the industry is changing. The industry is completely changing. It's going to be a team. The mega teams are the only ones that are going to win. Well, everybody's got a different story. I've been a part of a top producing team in wine country, and it was very, very valuable for me. Before having joined that top producing team, I was a solo agent for a number of different years. I struggled in both scenarios, and let me tell you why. As a single agent getting into the business, you have no idea what to do unless you have mentorship, and sometimes that mentorship is not, it's just not current, it's not modern, it's not what's going to get you a results right now in this market. I had mentors tell me, oh yeah, cold calling, door knocking, working your sphere, and all this was exactly what I should be doing to start, and you should be doing that supplementally, but going all in on other lead generation activities are what I fully believe in, because it's what changed my career and my life. Now, joining that top producing team, I got to get visibility into workflow, into deal flow, into how business was conducted, different strategies when listing a property, putting booties at the door or not putting booties at the door, whether you would create a property website, putting packets of information for people that are looking. Maybe there's a parcel map. Maybe you're talking about different upgrades. What was permitted? What wasn't? Where the property was last assessed, if an assessment for the new owner is going to be required. Information packets, maybe going through and having a quick video or a website that you walk through the video and you show them different upgrades. These little things, are you doing client appreciation events? What are you doing to go back and to get referral and repeat business? What does your day-to-day look like? When are you getting in the office? When are you leaving? How many phone calls are you making? Do you have an assistant that sits in your office? These were lessons that were great, but the reason why these lessons were so great is because it taught me what I didn't want to do. It taught me how I wanted to run my business as a solo agent. And just because you go and you join a team, it does not mean that all of a sudden you are going to skyrocket right into the success lane as a real estate agent. What it very well may mean is that you're going into a team where they're going to cherry pick leads, where your team leader is going to take the clients they want to work with and trickle everything down to maybe the less senior agents where there's less opportunity to make money. I'm telling you, there are some great teams. There are some really, really poor subpar teams in my humble opinion. Again, this is all going to be a personal decision. Do you need to be around people all the time? Do you want to be in an office around other people physically for that energy? Can you handle maybe working more by yourself unless you're out on client meetings? Are you disciplined enough to consistently stick to your schedule and do the lead generation activities that are going to produce business for you? These are the things that you have to ask yourself. And you also need to consider that you may be able to have the best of both worlds. There are certain brokerages, like for instance, my brokerage at EXP, my group, where as a single agent, essentially you are a part of a group and a part of a team. For instance, we're the #1 fastest growing group in EXP company history. We give our agents more assets, more training. We provide a bigger value proposition than anybody at the company. And we have agents that are literally brand new, had never been inside of the real estate space, moving to a brand new market, not knowing anybody, with no sphere, literally doing over 80 deals in their first year. That's absolutely incredible. But you can be a single agent and still be a part of a team environment with some of the most experienced agents in the world as part of a mastermind, essentially for free. That's something you're interested in. Again, let's chat about it, www.wolfpackagent.com. But you may be able to go solo or join a team simultaneously. And that's all dependent on your brokerage and what your brokerage offers you. There are so many people that ask, well, what should I do first as a real estate agent? What should I do first? I just got my license. I just picked my broker. What do I do now? Well, there are many coaches in the space that are going to say, make a list of all of the people that you know. Look at your Facebook pages, look at your high school yearbook, go into LinkedIn, look at everybody local, all the service providers, anybody that you've ever brushed shoulders with, and make a list and just let everybody know that you're in real estate. Yeah, you're going to want to do that to an extent, but you can also waste a year and a half of your life by making a list and jumping on the horn with people, because here's what happens. One, if you have the courage and the nerves to actually make the phone calls, which is going to be 1% or less of the people that are watching this video as a new agent, if you're getting on the horn and you're talking to people, hey, hey man, or hey, how are you? I just wanted to let you know, hey, maybe I moved back to the area, or here I am. I just got my real estate license and I was just curious if there's anything that I could do to help you out. Oh, and all of a sudden you find yourself 45 minutes later over the phone in a conversation where, one, you didn't know what the heck you were talking about with somebody that you do not even have their trust or confidence, even in the event that they did want to buy or sell a home. And two, you just wasted a ton of time by just shooting the breeze, having a non-revenue generating conversation. You've got to pick your spots and be strategic. And yes, you get more intellectual about what's going to be effective and what it's not as you've been in the business for a long time. But I will tell you what, in my humble opinion, what is a lot more of an effective strategy to reach out to your sphere is social media posting. Go into your different social platforms. If you want to tag people, great. If you don't, great. But be consistent with posting. Maybe once a week you go in and you give a post just letting people know, hey, I'm a new agent. I just got my real estate license. I'd be happy to answer any questions that you have. If you're looking at information or if you're wondering what the heck is going on in the market, I'd be happy to help you. Here's my phone number. Here's how you contact me. I'd love to chat and reconnect if I haven't chatted with you for some time. Yeah, you do want to reach out to your sphere, but the first thing you need to do is you need to get intimately knowledgeable about your market, and you need to be having one-on-one conversations. You need reps right now. You need to practice. So you put yourself out there, talk to people. If you feel like calling people in your sphere, great, call them. But right now, to get business, you don't need to be putting money into marketing and advertising, that's for sure. But you need to be monitoring your time when you're calling your sphere, because you can be a lot more effective with time spent. If you spend 4 hours on the phone and get absolutely nothing out of it and don't even know how to input somebody's contact information into your CRM, in the event that in 9 months from now they do want to sell a home and they know how to contact you, what you could do is you could go and you could batch 9 different social media posts that are already done for you now, and you could be posting those while simultaneously learning contracts or going into lead generation training inside of something like a cloud like we have at EXP or other different things. But right now what you need to be doing is learning the business, having as many conversations as you possibly can that are effective and valuable, and start to create boundaries when it comes to what's going to be a complete waste of your time. And that's going to be 99% of conversations that you're having. So it's something to be aware of. Okay, here's another thing that a lot of people ask. Can I be successful in real estate if I don't come from money? 100%. 100%. And this is just a mindset that you have to take. It's so many people, well, I can't do it in my market. I can't do it because I don't come from money. I don't know anybody. I don't have the right vehicle. I don't have the money for clothing. I don't even know what I'm doing right now. Get out of your own head and get into action. The moment that you get into action and you get out of your own head is the moment that you're going to start seeing results. And I'm telling you, momentum is the most precious thing for any full commission salesperson inside of the business sphere. You've got to get into momentum. Now, if you don't come from money, great. That's even better, because a lot of people that do come from money work for family-owned teams where they're getting spoon-fed. They're getting spoon-fed tickets to company events. They have money that they're putting into marketing and advertising. They're bleeding money that's ineffective because they're not tactical about what they're doing, because they don't understand how to market. They don't understand how to track ROI, how to track cash flow and numbers. Your biggest asset could be that you don't come from money and that you don't have a sphere of influence. Like I mentioned, we have people in our group with no sphere moving to a completely different market who have done over 80 deals for free just by leveraging things like modern media, like YouTube. Absolutely, you do not have to have money, but what you do have to have is an incredible work ethic, and you do have to have an incredible hunger and an appetite to want to win, want to earn income. A lot of people are asking what type of prospecting I recommend. There are all types of prospecting. Old school strategies like door knocking, like cold calling, they do work. Physical direct mail, it works. The thing that you have to consider is the return on your time. And it's something that is massively important, the return on your time. Now, if I'm out and I'm door knocking, basically I am having one conversation with one person at a time. It is one-to-one. For every person I talk to, there is time from my life that I'm putting into that person, one-to-one. It's the same thing when I'm cold calling and I'm on the phone. My favorite prospecting is social media and modern media strategy, evergreen content, just like this video. Right now, as we speak, as you're watching this video, I may be negotiating a contract for a client. You're still watching this video. Right now, as we speak, I have thousands of potential clients interested in moving up to my market that are watching my content on YouTube and online right now as we speak. My favorite prospecting is evergreen content, where you are putting information in front of people knowing that they're already looking for it based on keyword research and analytics to help you grow. It's the difference between selling one-to-one and I don't want to say wasting your time, but spending your time talking to one potential prospect and delivering that same message to many, many people, an audience at the same time. Imagine if you filled an auditorium and you stood up in front of it and basically told everybody, hey, I'm a real estate agent, and then provided value about the market. Do you think you might get a client? Absolutely. Modern media, social media, it's incredibly effective, and I think it's a great use of time. You do have to get practice, so cold calling, door knocking, these are things that are not going to hurt you inside of your career, but you do need to understand that there are more effective ways to get business over time. Okay, a big question. What's the biggest challenge as a real estate agent? You can't even answer this question. There are so many challenges, and it's not just an agent, it's as a business owner. Well, yeah, there's competition. There's a reason why over 87% of real estate agents are out of the business within 2 years, and it's because people don't know how to build a business. You can go through all of your education, all of your licensing, and you can get with a broker, and what you'll realize is that a lot of the information inside of the licensing programs is not very relevant. And the second thing is they don't teach you how to sell a house. Go figure. They'll teach you the difference in the types of deeds. They'll teach you all sorts of different things about riparian rights and about water rights, things that you may never even use inside of your career. And then all of a sudden, you're expected to go out there and now make money selling houses, and they never taught you how to do that. I would say that's one of the front runners as a challenge once you get into the business, is starting to understand how to deal with clients, how to actually make sure that you get clients' contact information. You've got to understand that you need certain things inside of this business when it comes to technology. You need a CRM, you need a platform where you can actually take information from conversations that you have, associate it with a name, with an email address, a phone number. You've got to have a place to keep your information. You've got to understand how to manage cash flow. I will tell you, a big challenge is getting a paycheck, not understanding that you have to pay tax on that. You've got to basically budget that. You've got expenses for living. You've got business expenses, all sorts of different things. You've got to figure out how you're going to win business, how to go out, what lead generation activities are going to work for you. There are a lot of challenges inside of this business. Keep it simple. The biggest challenge I would say inside of real estate is if you leave your corporate position or if you leave a full-time salaried role, do not come into the real estate space without I would recommend a year's worth of cash reserves, but when I was a little bit younger and when I was more naive, I literally left my corporate role 6 times to pursue real estate. 6 times. And 5 of those times I had to crawl back to a corporate job because I couldn't make enough money to survive. Everybody's different, but I will tell you the biggest challenge essentially is getting into the business and building momentum so that you can actually do this as a career and not be one of the 87% of people that fail over the first 2 years. I want to help you with that. A lot of folks ask how to make connections that lead to sales. It's a very simple answer. Be valuable. Nobody cares about you. Nobody cares about you. They care about what value you can provide to them, and I will tell you that everybody has one of 2 things that are going to motivate them. Essentially, they're either moving towards pleasure or they are moving away from fear. And if you go into every conversation with a person trying to understand what's on their mind, what's happening right now in their life, are they trying to basically get into a situation where they're achieving goals? Could that be maybe moving into a new home if they're a new family, trying to upsize? That would be pleasure, being able to get into a new opportunity. Are they trying to avoid fear? Is that something that relates to a real estate goal? Maybe they're elderly and they're trying to downsize and they need to sell a property and they have no idea where to even start. If you want to create connections and relationships that bring you business, you have to be valuable. The way you're valuable is you help people solve their problems. The way you help people solve their problems is you have to understand and learn about their problems. So the best way to create connections is to talk to people and ask them questions about what the heck's going on. Learn about them, learn about what's happening in their life, and learn about different ways that you may be able to help them. That will lead to business. Okay, a lot of folks are asking, what should I wear as a real estate agent? I'm looking at people like, these luxury agents that are wearing suit and ties. I see other people in markets like Southern California that are wearing flip-flops and shorts. Here's the answer. Be intelligent and be you and be confident. If you're in a market where you're selling luxury and you're showing up in sandals and shorts, if you are an absolute expert of what you're talking about, if you make eye contact and carry yourself with poise, with dignity, with respect, and people can tell that you are committed and you are confident, it doesn't matter. That's the answer. If you're showing up to meetings because you're running late and you're out the door consistently with wet hair and you're printing out MLS listings 2 seconds before you walk out the door and you've got crinkled paper and you don't carry a binder with you and you've got a pen behind your ear and you've got your morning breakfast coming down your lip and your shirt's unbuttoned and your shoes are untied and you're showing up to meetings like that, you're going to look like an idiot. You're going to look like a slob. Now, if you show up to the same meeting, maybe in a casual t-shirt, and you're well put together and you're poised and you're calm, cool, and collected and you're prepared to deliver the information that's going to provide value to your client, it's not going to matter what you're wearing. If you're around a certain demographic of people that tends to dress well, maybe physicians, in-house legal counsel, or a lot of the people that I work with, I tend to dress nice. Dress shoes, slacks, dress shirt. If I'm going to an event, know the nature of that event. Is it a white-collar event? Is it a black tie event? Dress accordingly, but a lot of people get so hung up on what do I wear? Does it matter what kind of car I drive? Personal branding is a huge part of this business, but a huge part of your personal brand, beyond what your personal brand is are you confident with who you are and how you present yourself? And the most important thing is be a professional. Be a professional. Get ready early. Don't be out the door last minute. Don't run on Realtor time, showing up 2 to 5 minutes late to every meeting. Be professional, be responsible, treat this business like a business, and I will tell you right now, it's not going to matter so much what you wear as much as are you valuable and are you professional. Do you need a mentor? That's all going to be relative to you, and that's back to what brokerage to select. I don't know, you tell me. Do you need a mentor? You're going to need contract help. You're going to need to understand how to fill out a contract. You're going to need to understand how to do lead generation activities, how to get business. You're going to have to understand how people run businesses. You may not need a mentor. You may need to join a brokerage that gives you adequate training from some of the top agents around the world, having a holistic look at different strategies from some of the top agents and what they're doing. Now, if you haven't looked up a brokerage like EXP, I would encourage you to do so because the training is absolutely world class. Okay, so a lot of folks are asking, do you need a mentor? Again, that's going to be completely dependent on you. What you are going to need is world-class training from a brokerage. It's something to consider. Another question is best marketing on a budget. Best marketing on a budget is anything that is free. And you have to understand the difference between marketing and advertising. You are a full-time marketer. You have to market your message. Hey, I'm a real estate agent. Hey, this is the reason why you would work with me in terms of me versus other people. You have to understand that is marketing. You need to be marketing at all times. Advertising is the amplification or the amplification of a message. Advertising is marketing amplified. That's all it is. Marketing is essential. Advertising is a privilege. The best marketing on a budget is anything that is free. That's why I love social media. I generated 208 inbound leads for free over the course of a year from my YouTube channel. I have people part of my group that have done over 80 deals in 1 year for free, simply from their YouTube channel. It's something to consider. It's very, very powerful. If you want information about my free YouTube training, I'd love to help you. You can go to agentmediamastery.com to watch the free training. You can also get on my calendar directly for a free YouTube audit or for a strategy session at www.wolfpackagent.com. And please comment below. Let me know what additional questions that you have. Let me know what you have questions on. Let me know what would be valuable for me moving forward as far as content on this channel to help you grow and scale your real estate business. If you haven't already done so, please like the video, subscribe. I'll talk to you soon.